But up. But up.
Yeah.
But up. But up. Do, 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 do.
It's a girl.
He's in are finding it hard to break. And here's Coach Grandor.
I really liked that one.
Oh, that was a good one. At first,
It was
I
like a little like a robotic thing, and then it just became a live birth, and that's how you
went
knew it
from
was
like
special.
It was,
robot
what
live
happened?
birth, and then like the Jets quarterback situation all in one.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's it.
Rob, it's so topical.
No, what happened was I started that third section at too high a register and couldn't hit the
Oh,
note
you
that
definitely did not even try to hit
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying. That's what that sounded like.
Oh,
Oh.
That's your hidden talent of being able to perfectly emulate a live birth is you just
Yeah.
have to attempt to go to a higher register than you're capable.
yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
We're here with
Whatever they
football.
say. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Is that what happened?
I think
Ball.
so.
There was kind of football.
There
this
was
week, I
some
would say.
football. Yes. I had fun.
Oh, no,
Anybody
you
else?
had a great
Yeah.
week.
I haven't had fun in 13
I think
years.
you'll be the only one having fun for the rest of the
It
season.
might actually be me, which
Dude, even I'm getting mad this week.
yeah. Well, we start off with some NFL news. Probably the biggest news: the Jets are releasing Tim Boyle and are signing veteran Brett Rippon from
Wow.
Rippin'!
the
Oh my
Seahawks.
God! How
Inspired.
did it get worse?
Inspired.
I actually
I don't
got
know.
He
the
got
joy of
released.
watching him play.
Like, did they really? Hold on. Did they really go, guys? We got to get rid of this bad quarterback. We need to release him. Where should we go to?
I think
Another
they-
quarterback that was also so bad they got released. He's a genius.
I think they might be following like a mathematical formula at this point. I bet if we broke it down, we could figure out what like statistics they're analyzing most closely in order to determine who could possibly be worse than what they already had.
Yeah.
I think actually they need to get what they should look to is getting Christian Hackenberg out of retirement and see if he
Hey,
can
there we
come back
go.
in,
Or just,
do some work.
Anybody.
All right, I actually want to point out. I look. I don't know what Carson Wentz did, but what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, look. Granted, he's not a great QB, but
Didn't he sign with somebody already?
He's
is
on the
backup.
Rams, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's on the
he
Rams.
replaced Rippon, I think.
But this is why.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm just mind. It's just mind-boggling
It
why
is,
the
because
Jets never forced
the
that in.
Rams literally said Carson Wentz is better than Brett Rippon. We're going to go with Carson Wentz.
Dude, didn't Cam Newton
Oh,
wanted to
man.
come back? I'd rather them just put Cam Newton out there.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
get
fucking
Cam,
Cam,
Dude, take it
Dude.
a step farther. Go get Colin Kaepernick, dude. Come
Yes,
on.
I'm in. Yeah, whatever, dude.
Well,
No,
it's just so funny
seriously.
because we keep getting these back, like, fucking. I know we'll talk about the Monday night game, but Jake Browning had an insane game. He's
Yeah.
a backup, and then CJ Beathard came in and he played really well too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Other teams do backups just fine. It seems like the Jets just can't do it.
They really just can't quarterback.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, it's the curse. It's the curse of Joe Namath.
Well, so we'll get to see Brett Rippon. That's fun.
yeah.
We also had, speaking of quarterback injuries, Trevor Lawrence has a high ankle sprain.
That's no
Oof.
good.
That is no good. They say they are generally week to week, so he's going to be out a couple weeks most likely. And even if he comes back, probably not going to be 100%.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it is
probably
the-
just gonna wait for the playoffs, right?
I would, yeah. If I were them, I would just not have him play for like the rest of the season and then bring him back because they're still
suppose-
pretty likely to make the playoffs at their position that they're in.
They
It
are,
depends.
but it's still close. Luckily for them, the Steelers also don't have a quarterback now.
Oh yeah,
The Colts, in fact, Gardner Minshew is probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL at this point with the Colts.
Maybe.
He might just
Where's
be.
Dalton?
I actually don't know where Andy Dalton is.
Andy Dalton is. He's in
Oh, it's
Carolina.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Ah.
And then the Browns have Joe Flacco. It's literally the Jaguars have beat hard. Steelers got Trubisky. Colts have Minshew. Browns have Flacco. And they're all in the playoffs right now. But I don't think that's going to stand.
No.
And
And
then the Bengals have Browning or whatever. So it's like,
I miss Sam Darnold.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a crazy sentence.
Pour one out.
the Bears expected to have interest in Commanders Eric Bieniemy to replace Matt Eberflus potentially.
Mhm.
Well, then,
I
Bears, you're supposed to fire him first.
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
fire your coach.
What are
first.
you doing?
I'm gonna be.
We're
I was
thinking
looking.
of signing this guy. I'm still coach. Shut up, Eberflus.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what Bieniemy did either that he hasn't gotten a head coaching job yet. But like, I think this year has been proving that he's not just like, he sits back and lets Andy Reid do the work in Kansas City, because Sam Howell is the highest volume passer in the league this year, right? As a rookie.
Yeah.
Well, basically a rookie.
Yeah. No, I think he's definitely going to get a head coaching job. But
I wanted them to go with him instead of Robert Saleh, actually.
yeah, that would have been crazy. Then the Texans are signing former Jets safety Adrian Amos, former Packer as well. So you got one less old Packer on your team now.
Well, two this week, so
Yep.
technically.
Yeah, that's true. And let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I mentioned already. Kenny Pickett gonna be out. He had surgery.
It's over, boys.
Yeah.
It was never really not, but now it really is.
Yeah,
Dude, so many quarterbacks this year.
Mhm.
it is a lot. Yeah,
Joe Burrow, Deshaun
Mhm.
Watson, Aaron Rodgers,
Kirk Cousins.
fucking Kirk Cousins, Richardson on the Colts went out like week 3 or something, right?
Right.
And then,
Right.
Daniel Jones, Kenny
Yep.
Pickett.
Damn, yeah.
And that's not even including the ones that have been benched.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy G got injured and came back.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep.
God.
Trevor Lawrence,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence now,
Matt Stafford.
Oh, my
Stafford's out,
God.
yeah.
Yep.
It's almost
Derek
everybody.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's dead too, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Did we say Joe Burrow? I think we did already.
Yeah, we got
that was
Burrow.
like one of the first ones,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, that's right.
That's like it's literally half the teams.
It's like half the teams. Yeah. Sheesh.
That's wild.
And Kyler Murray was injured coming into the season.
Yeah.
Kyler
Goddamn.
Murray coming in. Wow. That's a lot. But I think that's most of the news I see here. I probably missed stuff because I always miss stuff, but we'll figure it out if it happens. So we had football games.
About.
Football starting.
Football.
Oh yeah, Jaguars Christian Kirk likely requiring surgery for his core. That's never good.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's big time, Joe over there.
Yeah,
Oh
that's not
no,
Dude, it's actually, by the way, for my fantasy team, that's back-to-back weeks where I've been fucked with Joe Burrow getting injured and now Christian Kirk getting injured.
Yeah, we're all gonna miss the playoffs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
looking bad.
Critically.
It's looking bad.
At first I was like, I'm glad I traded for Austin Eckler, and then now I'm like, you know what, Chargers, I wish I didn't trade for Austin Eckler. What are you gonna do? And then there's something else I just saw here. Where was it? Zach Ertz.
You landed on it.
Nice.
Looks
We
like
had a
he might
wheel
sign-
spinning. You didn't see it, but he was spinning a wheel. Yeah.
Looks like Zach Ertz, who got released by the Cardinals because he was like, "Can I please go win somewhere?" And they're like, "Sure." Might go to the Ravens, it seems like.
No.
Oh.
From like the other side of the room.
No. And then, of course, I forgot to mention that Tim Boyle has been released. So,
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Who would've guessed
that was we had that whole
That
talk
was
about Brett
assumed, yeah.
Rippon and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Football game starting on Thursday. Maybe the best Thursday nighter we've seen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. High scoring teams Cowboys, Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
41-35
season.
Dallas. Geno season. Geno did pretty well.
Great stat line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might I point you to the 19 total penalties for 257 yards
Yeah.
between both teams.
There were a lot of
This game was very bad. Dallas had 2 entire touchdown drives that shouldn't have happened, and Seattle, you could maybe say 1 that shouldn't have happened, but that's just horrible. It's just terrible.
Are you
This is-
telling me that the referees are bad this year?
It's I literally say it every week, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills that every week goes by and nothing gets fucking done about this. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even saw they're starting to be like talking about the owners should be bringing this up now. Like everybody's starting to be like, this is really bad.
And I don't, like people are going to start asking questions. Why is it so bad this year? Oh, maybe it's the fucking sports betting. I don't just fucking fix it so this game can be watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
And-
like not only were 3 of these drives like bad, but like all the other drives were just this game took so fucking long because there were so many penalties and so many stoppages.
Oh, this is what
Yeah.
it was. It was Pro Football Talk said a text from current NFL head coach was, quote, time for the owners to act on officiating.
Oh shit.
So the coaches are,
Yeah.
I wonder if that was Pete Carroll, maybe.
it might have
That
been.
could
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Pete Carroll criticized the refs after this game, and he was nice about it and just said there were too many penalties.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't want to get charged the average American salary for saying something
Yeah.
bad about them.
yeah,
DK Metcalf had 134 yards and 3 touchdowns this game, though.
yeah, it would be crazy to bench him. Am I right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild. I wouldn't do that.
Or to bench Geno Smith.
Shut up.
Yeah, Bear benched
I mean-
Geno Smith, but his opponent benched DK Metcalf, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah,
There's
well-
only like 400 points between the two of them on the
I was
bench.
going to
so-
say, yeah, to be fair, also, the point differential at the end of the game was about 45, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, we
at the end of the
all
day.
lost.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I want to mention that I was up against fucking Dak Prescott and his rep points,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
frustrating.
Big
But
day.
and then also Christian Kirk died after
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
reception.
Rip
so,
Christian.
Yeah.
Rip Christian Kirk.
This-
Rip Christianity.
This actually sets up
It's
a
over now.
big game, though, coming with the Cowboys Eagles for first place.
True.
And
He's
it's a
true.
Yeah.
Sunday nighter, too,
Yeah.
so that'll be good.
Mhm. That's exciting stuff.
Yeah. And
I've said it multiple times. CeeDee Lamb having a career year. He is
Yeah.
balling the fuck out.
yeah, where is he with receiving yards? 'Cause he has been.
Well, I mean, he's kind of getting overshadowed by Mr. Hill over there in Miami, but he's
Of course, yeah.
definitely up there in the rankings.
Yeah,
PFR.
Trying to navigate PFR. There's like so many stats that I don't
Yeah.
even know what they mean.
Most
to
yards for
seasons.
receivers. Oh, actually, he's number 2. It's Tyreek
Oh,
at
yeah.
near 1,500 on the year, and then CeeDee Lamb at about 1,200 for the year.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, he agrees.
Very impressive. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Cowboys. Here's the thing: Cowboys looking good, but until they get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna believe in the Cowboys. Like that's what they always do. Like they've had great seasons, even with like Terrell Owens and like Tony Romo and all those guys. They
Yeah,
look great,
yep.
and then
They're-
games like,
They're the Chargers of the NFC.
yeah.
So CeeDee Lamb is tied for place in most touchdowns on the year.
yep.
With
Um,
7, right?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And Tyreek Hill is at 12 at number 1.
Mm.
Do you know who number 2 is?
Ooh, is it an unexpected answer?
Slightly, I would say.
I'm gonna go with Mike Evans.
That is correct.
Nice.
It is Mike Evans, yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's-
doing
and-
pretty well this year too.
yeah, isn't that slightly unexpected?
That
Slightly.
is, in
Because
fact,
the Buccaneers aren't that great.
it's
Yeah,
more.
you know?
I just checked. Cortland Sutton's number 3.
Yeah, Cortland
Yeah,
Sutton
That's
having a great year
pretty crazy,
too.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's Russell Wilson's boy. You remember that catch a couple weeks ago? It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
In fact, oh my, look at the 5th place. You got Jordan Addison, Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Tank Dell, sleeper pick Romeo Dobbs, and C.D. Lamb.
Keenan Allen being there makes me even more upset about the Chargers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
fuel that fire.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that game happened. It was at least the most entertaining of Thursday night games, even if it was refereed. So, listen, I'm fine with the Seahawks losing. Better playoff positioning for the old Packers. Let's go. Colts, Titans. I watched this game.
It was a great game, dude.
It was, except for the fact I wanted the Titans to win.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was this felt like a true Titan loss too, because the only reason the Colts scored 14 points in this game was from blocked punts.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 blocked punts for touchdowns, and the Titans punter actually got hurt on one of them. So what's his name?
It hurt. Yeah.
Nick Folk actually started punting, and he actually punted pretty well.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that we got rid of Nick Folk years ago.
Ran for 102 and 2 touchdowns, and then he hurt himself. So I feel like if he didn't get hurt, they might have actually won. But
Dude, Will Levis showed up again today. He's been having a couple of
Yeah.
stinker weeks, but he came back.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did pretty well. The
Not
thing
a great
is,
completion percentage.
I will
things
say
considered.
the
That's-
Titans
Sorry, go ahead.
offensive line is terrible.
Yeah.
Like really bad. Like I was watching, it was like he never had more than like 2 seconds to throw the ball. Like, it was
He did
just
get
like,
sacked 6 times.
yeah, like they looked absolutely god awful. I was like, this might be the worst offensive line I've watched. I've watched some bad offensive line.
Jets might have something to say about that.
There's a few
Oh, it's
pretty
pretty
stinky
bad.
ones this
I don't
year.
watch
Yeah.
those games.
The
Yeah.
Giants and Commanders
Me
might
neither
have something
anymore.
to say
Oh,
about
God,
that.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There are
Giants
some
one
bad
is real
ones.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm just looking at Will Levis right now, and he has 6 starts, right?
Yep.
And the games are 2 and 4, right? So losing.
Hmm.
But he has in 6 starts 1,266 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 picks.
Yeah.
Pretty damn
So-
good.
Yeah.
Almost like 57.8 completion percentage. So
Not
I
great,
mean,
but you know.
It's
solid
alright.
though.
It's definitely for his first year. Like
Yeah.
with the Titans and what they've been like, this clearly is their guy going forward. Like you probably build around him. He's shown enough.
No doubt. No doubt. Giving them new life at the end of the year, even though they definitely shouldn't be winning games anymore because they need to get a better draft pick.
Well, they didn't win this one. They kicked the field goal, and then they also missed the field goal. And then there was a crazy sequence where one of the block punts, the Colts went for 2 on the block punt touchdown, and it got intercepted and ran back
Yeah.
for 2 points. And then the Titans tied it. Then it went to overtime. Then the Titans got the field goal, and then the Colts literally just threw like a 50-yard bomb. Minshew bombed it to I think it was Michael Pittman. It might have been Pierce. It was one of them, and it was over at that
Didn't
point.
play defense, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually so bad because then the goal line. I was saying in the Discord, you were watching too, but like they didn't even cover him. It was so bad. They didn't cover him twice.
Yeah, it was like so everyone always looks at their own team and goes, "Why aren't you covering? They're wide open." But this was a situation where there was a dude on a dude, and he just was watching him. He was just looking the whole way in the ball, and then he caught it, and he was still looking. Like he like tackled him, or like, and it was like, okay, man, like you gonna do something? Like, maybe try to, I don't know, intercept it or deflect it or anything.
He's like jogging with him, like, oh, well,
yeah.
guess he's gonna get it. Then in the end zone, I was like, why are they lining the safety up away from the receivers? I was like, are they thinking a tight end's gonna break off there? And then they just threw away from him. I'm like, why wouldn't you just put the safety by the receivers? So they have like, I don't know. I didn't get it. Whatever. But Colts in playoff position now. Somehow, some way.
Looking like a great team to go out in the first round. But here's the interesting thing is we have a lot of AFC teams that are looking great go in and get eliminated in the first
big
round.
time.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
I don't either. Yeah, it's
Hard
this
to
rate.
say.
We were going like, man, the AFC's strong, and then now I'm like, every team in this fucking division sucks. So it's like,
yeah, it's.
I mean, they're all getting fucked up with injuries too. Is one of the main things.
Yeah, big time.
Then we had the Falcons Jets.
oh my god,
Did we?
Fucked up.
Did that happen? Was
It
that a
sadly
game?
did happen. I actually saw the Jets got a safety, or I thought the Jets got safetied, but then I was like, oh, the Jets did the safety, so they were up 2-0. Probably the most Jets start to a game.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat. I don't know if it's I'll have to look, but it was something about our safeties compared to our offensive touchdowns on the year. I think we have more safeties than offensive touchdowns.
I remember seeing that. That's I think it's in like the first quarter.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
That is actually insane.
Dude, this was an enema of a game.
Yep.
Like, oh my
just horrible.
God. Unwatchable garbage.
Tim Boyle played terribly. Then they brought in the Seaman Demon. He actually made some okay throws, and then they lost. Yep. That was pretty much it.
Pretty much. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I really didn't watch much of this game.
I don't blame you.
This is a joke at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so. To put it into perspective, the Jets have, I believe, 10 offensive touchdowns on the year, on the whole season. That is the lowest in 30 years of any team in the NFL in over 30 years.
Yep.
Okay? Includes 30 Jets teams. All right?
And the 0-16 Lions and Browns.
Yes, both 0-16 teams. And 30 other Jets teams, and all those Browns teams too, not just the
fucking Browns teams.
I mean, like I turned into a velociraptor.
that goes back
as a
long
result.
enough to when the Steelers were really bad too. In the, like 90s.
Yeah.
And...
It's my entire life, literally since I was born. There has never been a team that is this bad at offense. Okay. So look, it is going to be incredible, but again, like I said, they're going to run it back with these motherfuckers again.
Oh yeah.
None of them are getting fired,
Yeah.
and this is a joke. This is a joke. To put it into perspective too, for podcast listeners, remember all those years of the podcast of me yelling about the Jets' offensive woes, and it's mostly to the Jets' offensive woes every year.
Yeah.
Where you were with me through Adam Gase, you were with me through Todd Bowles.
Yep.
I
remember.
And this is worse than all of them. than everything you've seen. I mean, it's almost impressive.
It is impressive, honestly.
Yeah, no, if they were trying, it would be incredible.
Yeah. No, I mean it's like a Wimp Low kind of situation with Nathaniel Hackett. I'm also just gonna say that if Aaron Rodgers doesn't win the fucking Super Bowl next year, then Nathaniel Hackett will never have a job in the NFL ever again.
Hey, you never know, man. People
I
love
know.
hiring people who suck.
Yeah, that is true.
There's some.
There was
people
this
that
recent
are,
time where some team, I think the Jets hired some offensive coordinator who sucked really bad.
Yep.
Like it's
well, actually, we hired the offensive line coach of hold on. Hold on, let me look this up. Jets O-line coach, because it is because he was originally he was with the offensive line coach for the Tennessee Titans. Remember when they had a really, really bad offensive line? They still have a really bad offensive line. After he got fired, the Jets were like, "Oh man, that guy. He's the guy that we got to get in here."
I just love the concept of like it's common here to be rehired and like that's insane to me.
Sorry, allergies.
I just this. I mean, it's a joke. It's a real joke.
I wanted to see how
Zach
bad
Wilson's
it
going to
was.
start next week.
I did see that. Apparently, he didn't
Hesitant.
want to come back.
I don't blame him.
Why would you?
I don't blame him either.
There's really no benefit for him to come back, honestly.
There really isn't at this point, and it's
other than them shit talking him behind the scenes or something. I mean, his point. He's done what he's done in New York. He'll probably be able to get a backup job somewhere, but there's no reason for him to risk injury at this point.
I mean, I went to the Jets Reddit just to see how sad it is, and there's people just like, I don't even care if Rodgers leaves now. Get him out of here.
Yeah. No, I mean the team is like our team is horrible. This offense is and it's largely to do with all of these fucking aging Packers guys that we brought in because they're Rodgers' friends. And
I had to watch them last year. That was terrible.
Yeah. Well, and now like as bad as our offense was last year, this one is worse. So I mean, it's just incredible, really, frankly. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting pretty like if next year. I literally don't know, man. I don't know how much longer I can be a fan of this team. Like this is getting to
the bright
joke
side,
levels.
It can't get much worse, right?
Well, we could have a historically bad offense and defense at the same time.
That's true. That would be kind of fun though, because then every game you'd lose like 70-0. So it'd be like
fun. So an arguable point there.
Yeah. On the flip side, the Falcons are in first place somehow.
Yeah, but why?
Mainly the
Who
NFC
let that
South is
happen?
terrible. Again, it was
pretty
bad
bad.
last year, but it's bad
like-
again this year.
Kind of worse somehow this year.
Yeah. Just like the Jets.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like the Falcons are okay. Like I don't think they're bad, but they're
I
not
don't know if
I
they're
think
even
they're bad. I
okay.
think they're really bad.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
People
suck.
aren't remembering how bad Desmond Ritter is. He's
They
bad.
Well, yeah, he is
suck.
bad.
They're
Listen,
really
that's-
bad. That whole division is bad.
That
Yeah.
division is really bad. That's probably is that the worst division? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that is.
it's
I'm
definitely
pretty
by
sure,
far.
dude, is Desmond fucking Ritter. Like,
Yeah.
he's the best quarterback in that division?
No,
I think it's Baker.
It's probably
It's Baker, but I mean,
yeah.
like, statistically, I'm saying, is like, how is this representative
Yeah.
of what's going on in that division? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, Derek Carr maybe's on the same lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Saints are just
I mean,
They
none of them are-
the Saints piss me off.
they piss
Yeah.
me off.
And speaking of the Saints,
Speaking of the Saints, we had the Saints Lions, which the Lions almost choked this one.
they love
tried.
that.
They
That's
did.
their favorite thing.
In fact, Derek Carr was kind of bringing them back, and then he got hurt, and then Jameis Winston came in and pulled a Jameis Winston.
He did.
He does that, yeah.
Yeah, they really should have just played Taysom Hill.
They did for a little bit. I don't know.
Oh,
It's
did they?
weird. I don't know what they're doing with Days Mill. I don't get it.
I think he gets tired. I think he needs a nap.
He might need a
He
nap. I
goes
mean,
out
to
for a
be
play
fair,
and he takes a little nap.
he's probably the
yeah.
only player in the NFL that has passing, rushing, and receiving stats every game.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
it's again his position is football.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Football player.
like
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey's almost there, but he probably could if he wanted to, but he's mainly just passing or rushing, receiving. He doesn't got too much passing in there.
Mhm.
But
Like the Lions are very likely going to win this division still.
yeah,
But like I'm starting to doubt their playoff ability here because I don't know, man. They've not proven that they can. I don't know. I don't know
They're
what it is.
still the same old Lions, man.
They're not the
love
same old
losing.
Lions.
Well,
They're 9
in
and
the
3.
manner in which they cannot seem to convince you of their ability to win.
That's what it is. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just can't. I can't bet on them right now. Sorry, I'll put
their
it on it.
defense. Their defense.
Well, their defense was so good randomly, and then it stopped being good again. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know either. Injuries or schemes or like I don't know. Maybe people figured it out. I remember the Packers actually said a thing where they looked at the tape and they're like, "We can't wait to play Detroit again." and then they just like roasted him. So like there might be just something on tape where they're like, look, we can like abuse this thing they're doing wrong or whatever, and now other teams just keep doing it too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, could be. That does happen sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean the Lions, like they're still 9-3. They're still gonna make the playoffs, but are they gonna win in the playoffs now? It's like it's the NFC starting to look a little more competitive.
It is.
So unless they play the Falcons, which I don't think they.
I don't even know if I trust them to win that game, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true too. I don't know. It's gonna get a little crazy. Where are we NFC?
Yep.
But I don't think the Saints are gonna win the division now. Like I thought for sure they were gonna win it, and now it's I don't know. I mean, they're in third in the division now. Like they're behind the Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Saints go marching out.
They sure do. So that happened. Then we had where am I?
Broncos, Texans.
CJ
Stroud.
This was a good game.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it was not that super high scoring.
Yeah. Worst part of this game was Tank Dell got hurt.
He apparently broke his leg, I think.
Ah,
But
Yes.
it's not like breaking a leg is actually like kind of a good injury. Like it's much easier
compared to some others, yeah.
Well, no, compared to
Yeah.
like tearing a ligament, it's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
better.
Because you just
Yeah, the bone does come back stronger.
Mhm.
and you just
But ligaments are like they're like, I'm gonna be away for a year, guys. I'll see you next time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I'm ever going to come back the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he is out the rest of the year. Maybe playoffs he can come back.
Maybe it's a big maybe.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that does suck.
It's going to depend heavily on their position, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's probably better to. I mean, this is their 1-2 for the next few years, presumably. I think they better just
Yeah.
play it safe.
I mean,
Mhm.
you still had Nico Collins, 9 catches, 191 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And me in fantasy signing Noah Brown like 5 weeks ago when he was injured. And now I'm like, haha. now he's back, and Tank Dell is injured, and I might have a little sneaky secret this week.
Could
This was also a Broncos coming back down to earth game. Russell Wilson, 186, 1 TD, 3 interceptions, including the one with like 8 seconds left in the game where they could have won it. So
Yeah. I don't know, man. I honestly love the Texans so much here. I don't even want to necessarily call them Russell's part. Like this is the Texans team is good. This is just a good team at this point. It's not even like, oh wow, they're having a great rookie season for Stroud. This is a playoff contender.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the stats, one thing stands out, and that was that the Broncos were 0 of 11 on third down. It's pretty bad.
That's not good.
Yep.
That is pretty bad. I still think the Broncos can make the playoffs, especially with the AFC the way it is. But it's, I think the Texans probably the favorite to make it into the wild card, at least out of.
They still got a divisional shot, man.
That's
Jags
true,
lost
yeah.
this week.
With Jacksonville, and then Lawrence is gone. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, they could take the division.
They got the Jags and Colts in front of them. You tell me which of those two teams is better than the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. Then we had the game of the week: Chargers Patriots 6-0.
Humdinger.
Yeah.
I got a letter from future me. I didn't want to open it up until it was this time in the show, so I can just open this up real quick. It says, "Dear past me, nope." And I think that's just in response to my query of did they fix it? Did they ever? At any point, have the Chargers ever learned to win games? Like,
Nope.
sure, this counts as a W on the standings. They'll give it to them, like, as far as the overall picture is concerned. But every Charger fan, I'm sure I speak for them when I say this is not a win. This is far from a fucking win. This is a death knell. This is a team that is on the fucking brink of the edge, and they're getting pushed off by the shambling corpse of Bill fucking Belichick. How is this happening on a weekly basis? What is wrong with this team?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, if you're a Chargers fan, you're taking anything you can get at this point, but this is like,
Yeah.
this
How
is
does
rough.
How does Austin Eckler 14 carries for 18 yards?
18 yards against the Patriots. I don't even want to look up the stats, but I got a feeling the Pats' run defense isn't the cream of the fucking crop, dude.
Let me check. They're actually ranked
that's a
third.
new wheel. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's
However,
shocking. So,
I'm sure part of that is due to this week. So
I mean, you look at the stats of this game are crazy. Like each team had 257 yards or less, 241, 257. That's horrible. 29 rushing yards for the Chargers is just horrible. 109 passing yards for the Patriots is horrible. They each punted 15 times.
Yep.
Like,
boy.
and there was only one turnover in the whole game. So like nothing about this was interesting.
it's just
Nothing.
ineptitude,
Both
man.
field goals were in the second quarter. There were 3 quarters where nobody scored.
Yep.
I'm supposed to
Holy
be the
shit.
Patriots guy. I can't be anything but mad at the Chargers.
Even the Jets was more exciting than this.
Well, what's insane to me, I'll be mad at the Patriots for you. This is the notoriously terrible Chargers defense, and they didn't score.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
it's fucking
crazy.
sad.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
That is insane.
In fact, Rob was talking about how bad the Jets offense is. There's 2 teams scoring less points per game than the Jets, and that is the Giants and the Patriots.
This is the second goose egg the Pats have put up this year, along with a stellar 3-point performance in October against the Cowboys. Like,
This is
Oh
this
my
is the
God.
cost. This is what they finally are paying for their crimes.
Yeah.
This is the most unwatchable football next to the Jets, probably.
Yeah.
It
It
might
really-
actually be
arguably worse.
So
it
it
is.
depends
We are-
on what
we're
it's worse
seeing
in
Jets
different
too.
ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, this like I'm telling you guys, this Thursday is Patriots Steelers on Thursday Night Football. It's going to be Bailey Zappi and the New England Patriots versus Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Do you know what else is
man.
this Thursday that I'm gonna watch instead of this? The Game Awards. I'm gonna skip this fucking football game.
Dude, I would
I'm not gonna watch it.
I would rather just watch nothing. I'd rather sit
gonna-
there in
I'd
silence.
rather watch paint dry.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
football. I love the Steelers, and I like watching primetime games. I'm not gonna watch this game.
I-
I'm not
you-
gonna do it.
You know what? I might watch it just to hear Al Michaels and
That's
how
true.
he
That would be
reacts
fun.
to the game.
Yeah, I might,
Oh, Michael
I might,
might
Hear
actually
the life
die this
train from
game.
his voice.
Yeah.
I'll probably just put it on the other monitor and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
do something else while it's
I think
there.
Al Michaels might do that. Honestly.
He might actually. Yeah,
Some sous vide or some shit.
Yeah.
he's having a bad time, but he's making
Yeah.
enough money to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Patriots are terrible. They
Yeah,
might
real
actually
bad.
get the first overall pick if Carolina can win one game, which I don't know if they can actually.
Both these teams fucking suck, man. Don't let them play anymore. Take them out of the
Yeah.
league for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's-
Yeah. You know, I didn't even fucking realize, but you're right. They're close to getting the first overall pick.
Well, we know the Patriots are a very strong drafting team.
That's true.
When was
Very
the last
strong.
time? Okay, I'm gonna look this up.
Oh, I think
It was
like
it was
2000.
1990. The last time they had a top 5 pick was in like 98 or something, and I remember this because there's a graphic where the Steelers haven't had a top 5 pick since like the 80s or 70s or some shit, and the only team that was close was the Patriots in the 90s, and that's gonna
Yeah.
change this year. So the Steelers will be the only team that hasn't had a top 5 pick since the 90s or
Wow.
since the 1900s. They're gonna
looks
be
like-
crazy about it.
The last time the Patriots won below 6 or 5 games, they won 5 in 2000. And then prior to that, the last time they only went 2-14 was 1992.
That's it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh my
And they
God.
had so their last first overall pick was Bledsoe, actually.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
predecessor to Tom Brady. So
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
yeah.
The only quarterback to win a game in the 1992 season for the Patriots was Scott Zolak, who Patriots fans know as the guy who went fucking crazy for the Patriots Saints touchdown throw. Anyway, continue.
Oh, okay.
All I remember Drew Bledsoe for was losing to the Packers in the Super Bowl, to be honest. And then I think he played for the Bills a bit.
Yeah.
And
He was a good quarterback in
Yeah.
his own right, but, Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah.
That was the show ponies, unicorns. There's your quarterback call, by the
Yep.
way. If you were curious, that's the one.
Yeah.
Well, that's your Patriots Chargers. Chargers still alive.
Not
This is
really.
like the
Technically.
most. The Chargers literally have like the entire, like half the teams they're competing with have their backup quarterback in. Like if you
Yeah.
can't make the playoffs at this point, everybody should be gone.
I've got bad news because the remaining opponents are Denver. Oakland is their easiest game, but it's Denver, Oakland, Buffalo, Denver, Kansas City. I don't think they're
Oakland.
making the playoffs.
You're saying Oakland. That's so cute.
I said Oakland. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
know.
That's right.
I can't wait
didn't
for
even-
San Diego, Oakland.
Yeah.
You may as well just call them that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it
might.
really
They both
doesn't
deserve it
matter,
as
yeah.
franchises.
Then we had the Cardinals, Steelers.
Oh boy.
Dude, I'm surprised everybody was going Steelers.
Well, they were supposed to win.
They were supposed to win.
And
Yeah.
if you look at the stats, they had more yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
had
sure did.
more yards. And it just, I stopped watching this game. The second Kenny Pickett was injured, I went, I'm not gonna watch Mitchell Trubisky play football. All of his stats are garbage time. So like 11 for 17 for 117 and a touchdown sounds real great until you realize that none of it mattered. This game is so bad for so many reasons. It's done so much harm for so many different reasons.
To the world.
Yeah.
To the Steelers as an organization. Like,
Mm.
I don't think people realize how bad this is because there's not a lot of outs now. Because here's the thing, Steelers, regardless, even if they lose out, they're not getting a great draft position, even if they lose the rest of their games. It's just
Yeah.
they're going to be middle of the pack, and at worst, they'll win a few games and be higher middle of the pack. So draft pick ain't going to be great. You follow it up with the fact that these last 5 games, however many there are left, are supposed to be, hey, let's see if Kenny Pickett's good or not without Matt Canada. This was the time to figure that out. And now he's injured.
Yep.
And he's going to be out. And they say at best he'll be back for the final game, the Baltimore game, which very funnily could actually end up being for the division if things
Yeah.
swing that way. It won't.
Yep.
Don't worry. But that's like we might like situation 1. Kenny Pickett isn't good and isn't a franchise quarterback. We're probably stuck with him for another year now when we could have figured that shit out this year.
All right.
Should we do like another intro or something?
All right. So, for everybody listening, the file corrupted at this point of the recording, 42 minutes. So, we recorded another hour and some that is gone forever.
You guys, you missed it. You're gonna miss like, to be fair, 30 of those minutes was an MVP argument. I think
That's true. 30 was MVP argument. 30 was like us talking about college football and Nickelodeon, Super Bowl. So really, there's not that much more we had to do.
No, yeah. So we were on the Steelers game. I'm not sure exactly how much I said. I know that I continued to say a lot more of mostly the same thing, which was sadness and despair. But we suck, and we're probably not going to make the playoffs. Kenny Pickett's injured, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Your center fumbled.
Yeah, Mason Cole fumbled 2 snaps and cost us like 14 points, which was coincidentally how much we lost by. Great times.
Great times. Great stuff.
And now we get to watch Trubisky versus Bailey Zappi tomorrow.
Yep. And as we were talking about before this, he's going to play aggressive.
Yes, that's you guys get a special Wednesday news instead of the Tuesday news.
Yep.
And the Wednesday news is that Trubisky said he's gonna be aggressive, which cool.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works. It'd be so funny if he throws for like 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That would
and
be funny.
Goes full like old Bears Trubisky.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But he's not. He's gonna throw like 3 picks and we'll probably win 7-3 or something.
Yep. Which actually, that reminded me, like, he had that one year where he looked like he was going to be a good quarterback, like the Bears' future quarterback. Then he wasn't.
And then he wasn't.
And Najee Harris saying he guesses that Trubisky will be all right or whatever.
Yeah, Najee was like, he was asked how he felt about Trubisky's leadership, and he said, "It's good, I guess," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Very, very passive aggressively not caring about the situation.
Yeah. So really just great confidence coming out of Pittsburgh.
Good things ahead. Sorry, did I say ahead?
Yeah.
Did I say good? That whole sentence was wrong.
Yeah, it's probably not great.
No.
But still, they'll probably end up making the playoffs somehow and then getting blown out by like Miami.
Oh yeah, I think that's how I ended the Steelers segment. Is I said there's two things: either we'll miss the playoffs, or we'll make the playoffs just spectacularly by like beating the Ravens on the final game for no reason, and then we'll get destroyed 40-3 by the Dolphins in the wild card round.
Yep.
Like that's the only. If you're a Steelers fan, that's your playoff hope.
Yeah. And speaking of the Dolphins, we had Dolphins Commanders.
We did.
And this game happened. It was the Dolphins beating up the Commanders. Achane came back. He had 2 touchdowns, 73 yards. Tyreek Hill went insane again. And yeah.
This is where the MVP argument started, because you were saying Tyreek Hill was MVP, and then Rob was like, well, Brock Purdy, and then I yelled at Rob for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys didn't miss much.
It's honestly, I think it happened the week before anyway. So just go listen to that one again. It really was just 20 minutes of like whatever we talked about last week. So we kind of saved time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Rob isn't here today, if you couldn't guess. And Bear might be here. He said he would, but he's not. He usually just shows up anyway.
We can only Tuesdays are our recording days. Like this is a Wednesday. It's all weird. We're doing what we can.
Yeah, it's backup quarterback essentially.
It's a backup podcast. Literally straight up. Like the podcast got injured 40 minutes into the game. We had to bring in a backup. Yeah. It's not going to be as good, but it might get the job done.
Yeah. It'll get the job done, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it at least won't be the Tim Boyle of backups.
That's true.
We released him earlier. It's going to be more of like I don't know, what's an average backup that...
the Browning. Browning, there we go.
The Jake Browning of backup podcast.
Yeah, well, even that might be a little too generous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Commanders, they suck. Dolphins, they're good. Tyreek Hill, insane, even though he is actually a shitty person.
He's a shitty person who's just the best at football.
Yep. Then we had the Buccaneers, Panthers.
A game that we're not sad we lost the footage for, because we only spent maybe 30 seconds on it.
And we will only spend 30 seconds again. Also, I forgot yesterday, but we picked the Panthers because they fired their coach.
Yeah, it was supposed to be fired coach Buff, or was that the I don't even remember.
No, it was this one.
Week. And they still couldn't do it.
Yep, they still couldn't do it. Chuba Hubbard tried. He had 104 and 2 touchdowns. Bryce Young, I think his team still just kind of sucks around him, but he's not really doing great either. And then the Buccaneers kind of just won because they're better, and then that's it.
I have to wonder if the Bryce Young thing was just a massive smokescreen and the Texans are just laughing all the way to the playoffs with CJ Stroud.
It might have been. Like, I think the biggest
Bryce
issue...
Young looks real bad.
He does. Like, I don't know. I still want to give him some time, like, for them to build something, but, like, it's not a great start. It's really, like, their coach is gone because he couldn't do anything, and, like, you don't know if it's his fault or if it's Bryce Young, or, like, I think it's just kind of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bad situation. Then they don't have their first pick, which would probably be really good to get him like Marvin Harrison Jr. or somebody, if I had to guess. But yep.
They'll trade around. They'll find some wide receiver coming off of a rookie contract, and I don't know. I'm sorry, Carolina fans. Sorry.
It sucks, but it'll be good eventually, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We know that for real.
Then we had 49ers Eagles, and the 49ers beat up the Eagles pretty bad. In fact, really bad.
We all kind of like knew this was going to happen. I feel like we didn't mention this last time or during the corrupted one, but it's just like Most of us picked San Francisco. Like everyone except Rob picked San Francisco. And
but you would think he wanted Brock Purdy MVP. He would have picked the 49ers.
Wait a minute. We got him. He's not here to defend himself.
Yep. Like Purdy did well, 19 to 27, 4 touchdowns, 314. But again, like this team around him is insane. Like it's and
every time I look at Brock Purdy's stat line, it's like a bunch of touchdowns, a reasonable amount of yards, and then a very low amount of completions and attempts. And I'm just like, he does exactly what he needs to do every time, which is good enough.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need a guy to do that. But like, seriously, like McCaffrey's kind of an MVP. Like he could be MVP, and it wouldn't upset me. Like he's insane. Deebo Samuel's very good. George Kittle's a top 3 tight end. Like their defense is insane. And now they have what's his name, the guy from Washington, Chase Young. Although he didn't do anything, but still, it's like you look at their defense. It's actually insane. They have Chase Young. They got Randy Gregory, who used to be good. I don't know if he's good anymore. Javon Hargrave was good. Fred Warner's one of the best linebackers. I don't know how they have Oren Burks. He used to be with the Packers and he was okay. Apparently they picked him up and he's great. I don't know.
Travarius Ward is insane. Like it's the whole team, all of them.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing they did was they shut down the Eagles' run game. Like looking at the run stats, they did like barely anything.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they got behind real quick.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts got injured, but he came back, played through it.
Yeah, like it was domination.
We mentioned, and I'll say it again, this is the Niners are basically unbeatable when they're playing at all, like when they're firing on all cylinders. Like if they're doing the things they want to do, that no one can beat them.
No, it's literally if they're healthy and they're firing, they're the Super Bowl NFC team, like easily. But you never know.
Injuries and any given Sunday, and I swear this team. Another thing I mentioned is that they're never behind. They're literally like they have I think like a couple quarters all season where they've been like behind.
Yeah.
And in the games they've won, I'm not counting the games they've lost. So like I do want to see what this team does through adversity. Like if they don't face adversity, they're just going to win. But I feel like under duress, this team becomes remarkably weaker. And we'll see. We'll see if that ever even happens.
Yeah. I mean, you still got some weeks left. Who they play? I actually don't know. They play the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Commanders, and the Rams. So Ravens probably
that's a game to watch.
Yeah. I mean,
although I feel like the Ravens will get smushed because I think the Ravens are overrated, but that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, the Seahawks, honestly, they have 3 divisional games. They could probably lose one of those because they're always kind of wild. So I could see them going either 4-1 or 3-2 pretty easily. But yeah. And then on the other side, the Eagles, they play the Cowboys Sunday night for the division. And then they play Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, Giants. So pretty easy rest of the way aside from the Cowboys.
Right.
But that's this probably still will be the NFC Championship game unless
it is. I think the Eagles, they look sus, so I think they could easily go out. But yeah, the Niners are going to be there. It's going to go through San Francisco. I think we're all pretty sure of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Then we had the Rams who beat the Browns.
Yeah, the Joe Flacco's.
Yeah, he did all right. Honestly, we're probably the Joe Flacco, the backup podcast.
Yeah, I hate to say it, much as I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's, he got 254, 2 TDs a pick. It's not the worst. And
yeah. Look, like the Browns, like I hate to say this is just all deserved, but it is.
Yeah. And,
I hope that maybe they can come back from this in like 15 years when the hate wears off.
Yeah.
But like, this is all going according to plan.
Yeah. This is the player I loved most was Nick Chubb. And then once he went down, I was like, all right, yeah. But Stafford looked good, 279, 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 88 yards and a touchdown on the ground. They're passing around. They're looking good.
Yeah, the Rams have a legit shot, 6-6. NFC's kind of wide open right now. Especially
it's
theirs for the taking.
Yeah, the Packers hold the tiebreaker, but I believe they play. I don't know if they played the Vikings yet, or they definitely were supposed to. I don't know if they played. Did they
Which
play
team? The
the
Rams?
Rams?
I don't think they have played the Vikings yet.
I don't think they have either. Oh wait, maybe they don't. Never mind. They don't play them. I just figured because the Packers played them, they would, but I think it's not.
Oh,
so.
that must have been the bonus team.
Yeah, I think it was the bonus team. So
Yeah.
Packers hold the tiebreaker over the Rams, but I think the Rams.
They play Baltimore this week.
Oh yeah,
But then the rest of their schedule is not too bad.
Yeah.
Washington, New Orleans, and then Giants, and then San Francisco. But this is a very much wild card possibility team.
yeah, they're definitely a wild card possibility. So especially if they keep playing the way they did here, and that's pretty much that game. Then we had my favorite game again. I get to talk about it for a second time.
He gets to talk about it again. That's true.
Yep. Packers. What a game. Very fun. Dominating the Kansas City Chiefs. And then we had the terrible officiating at the end. But up until that point, like they're pretty much beating the Chiefs. Like single-handed. Like they looked like the better team. So that was just fantastic. Love looked great. 267, 3 touchdowns. AJ Dillon was running. That's maybe the most surprising thing to me. Dobbs looked great. He had that crazy catch. Watson had 2 touchdowns. He got hurt, but hopefully it's not too bad. But the rest of our receivers played great. Tucker Kraft, our backup tight end, looked good. The defense actually looked good. We sacked Mahomes 3 times in the red zones. First time that's happened like in forever. So I mean, listen, this team's firing now. We look good. Our offense is rolling. I didn't even care if we won or lost. I mean, I did, obviously, but like, I was like, you know what? This is what I want. I wanted us to just look like we were rolling. The offense is clicking, especially against a good team, and we just keep going with that. And just so happened we ended up winning, partially because of, penalties at the end. But, the referees were just terrible because they missed the Mahomes inbounds hit, which shouldn't have been a penalty. Then there's a thing with the Chiefs where they got tackled and going backwards. So the clock was supposed to be running off. I think it was MVS. But then there's the pass interference that should have been pass interference on the Packer defensive back who literally just jumped on his back. For some reason that wasn't called. And then the Hail Mary at the end, nobody cares because they do that on every Hail Mary.
Yeah. Officiating sucks. It's sucked forever. There was like a quote from a coach that said it needs to be addressed or something the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's still bad.
Yeah, they're like it's time for the managers to speak up. So it's
Managers,
yeah.
The owners. You mean?
Or the owners? Yeah.
I need to see the refs manager. Oh, that's us.
It's just. This really does feel like one of the worst years of officiating.
I've never seen so many games decided by penalties. That's the thing is like there's always been bad penalties, always. Yeah. But this year, you've like 2 entire Cleveland Browns games were won off of penalties. Yeah. Kansas City had like 1 or 2 at the start of the season. There was I'm forgetting the Dallas Cowboys earlier. This was on the podcast. Yeah, The Dallas Cowboys won when they probably shouldn't have. There's just so many examples. The Steelers had one that was a little sketch with the Rams, like the first down that happened in that game.
We had the Steelers-Packers backward pass. A fun one.
There's so many memorable, infamously memorable moments all season. So that's what really feels shitty.
Yeah, but it's like it probably would have been a fun game had they called that pass interference there at the end with like the Chiefs trying to tie it, get to the red zone, go for 2, whatever. But it didn't happen. And then what happens when that happens? Everybody moves on because you're like, well, that's what they decided. And we move on. So, I mean, listen, every team has this happen. Whenever it happens to your team, it sucks. It sucks to be on the both ends because obviously you want your team to win in like a fair fashion. And then everybody's like blaming you like your team won because the refs. Like, listen, I can't do shit about that. Like, I just blame the refs. And then, when your team gets good calls against them, then they're like, oh, it's fine because we got some bad calls against. It's like, it shouldn't be like that.
No, makeup calls should not exist.
Yeah. Like, get this. Instead of makeup calls, we could have, like, a referee in the sky watching and being like, hey guys, this shouldn't happen. This should be the right call. And they go, oh, hey, thanks, guy in the sky looking at the video and everything. Okay, overturn.
I still can't believe every time I see the New York officiating room, how there's literally like 3 dudes and a cup of coffee watching like 2 screens. And I'm just like, this is insane.
This is like some random office building.
Like I literally expected like a NASA, like control room with like a bunch of people on different computers and radios and headsets. Like that's my like I envisioned.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like 3 dudes on a TV. Like, come on, this is the NFL. You guys are all billionaires. Fix this shit.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, the games would take too long. It's like we spend 20 years watching commercials. You tell me we can't have like one more commercial break in there, a couple more just to look and get it right?
How many times have refs stopped the game to try to... They're already making the game... Like, How many picked up flags have we had this year? Where the refs throw a flag and then they talk for like 30 minutes and then it's like, oh, okay, actually it wasn't a penalty. They're already doing it. So just get the call right.
Yeah, it's so infused. Oh, I hate it. And then, like, at the end, they spend so long post-game. I thought they were going to be like, yeah, the Packers are coming back. They're looking great. And instead, they're just like, the Hail Mary. Kelsey got shoved. And I'm like, dude,
Collinsworth is just crying in a corner. He's so sad Mahomes lost.
Yeah. Like, listen, don't talk to me about Hail Marys. I literally watched my team have the Fail Mary. We have a play named after us from Fail Mary. And, like, listen, every time people get shoved, people get pushed. It's just, even Richard Sherman on ESPN was like, yeah, when you're down there, you just shove people, do whatever you want, as long as you're not blatantly tackling somebody. And even then, that happened, like against the Giants in Buffalo. Some dude got, like, pushed. They called a penalty. Next play, they tackled the dude, and they're just like, whatever, man.
Stop it. I mean, you got us.
It's just, like, that's what happens. The main thing to me was if you watch the first 3 quarters, the Packers looked like the better team. And that's just what it boils down to. Like, they really did. Even like up until the final, like, halfway through the 4th, like Mahomes threw the pick, like the Packers score again. Like, it was like, I'm just happy with how they played. In fact, I'm happy with how they played the last couple of weeks. And so because of that, we are now the 7 seed. Somehow.
Packers are in the playoffs as it stands.
Yep. And honestly, I feel like a lot of teams in the playoffs don't want to play the Packers unless you're like the 49ers. In which case, you don't really care who you play.
I do want to see a little bit more from Green Bay. Like, I know they've just beaten 2 good teams. I feel we thought the Chargers were a good team. We're realizing now that's not the case.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've got a bunch of easy games ahead of you.
Yep.
Don't fuck them up.
That's my
kind of
biggest...
where I'm at. Where I'm like, okay, you're 6-6. You by no means are guaranteed to make the playoffs. 6-6 is dodgy. So, but you have Giants, Bucks, Panthers. That's 3 easy games.
Yeah.
Bucks is like kind of easy medium, but easy. You should win all 3 of those. So let's see how these games look. And then if this team is 9-6, I'll be like, yeah, it's a playoff team.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like we have like the easiest schedule in the NFL. So like we beat the hard games we were supposed to not win. So we surely should win the easy games, right?
Nah, my Steelers sense is something in the back of my brain twitching violently right now.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no, I'm still like, but we'll see. Then we had the Bengals Jaguars, which was truly a football game that occurred.
Yeah, it was actually good.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence got hurt, which sucked. He's got a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out a few weeks minimum. But we were saying yesterday, like, as long as the Jaguars can win like a couple games, because they play the Browns, they play the Buccaneers, the Panthers, like, you should probably win those games. And then you got Ravens, Titans, which you probably beat the Titans. Ravens, maybe, we'll see. But like, as long as you win a couple, you should be in a good spot still.
Yeah, and then Trevor Lawrence will hopefully be back. I mean, they're saying he might play this week, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
yeah, right.
They're just saying that to say it, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully he's back and healthy. Like, I like the Jags. I'm rooting for them, much like the Lions. It's 2 bullied franchises, and I want them both to. I would love to see a Jags-Lions Super Bowl. That's my dream.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be fun.
That'd be a fun game. So. Because, I mean, God, you can't lose when you're watching that game. It's two franchises that have, like, never won, or at least, Detroit hasn't won either, right?
No. They have
And
not.
so, yeah, it's like literally the casual fan can root for both the teams and root for a good game. That's what I want to see.
And this should be their
But-
year because this is the year we lose in the wild card to Arizona, but Arizona can be replaced. And then next year is when we play the Steelers in the Super Bowl and win. That's just history repeating itself.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah. The crazy part here is Jake Browning going 32 of 37 for
That's
354
wild.
and a touchdown.
Jamar Chase is really good.
Yeah. Really,
pretty
his
good.
stats are like throw the ball up to Jamar Chase and he'll catch it probably.
Yep. It's wild that when you have someone like Jamar Chase, you just throw him the ball. You just do.
And he'll get it. In fact, that was their one touchdown was him just being like, ah, and then Chase caught it and like ran it like 60 yards. But yeah, that was, I mean, somehow the Bengals are still alive, but I don't think.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for them just with how competitive the AFC is right now.
Yeah.
Competitively mediocre, but competitive nonetheless.
Yeah. And then those were all the games. So there you go, our condensed version of all that.
Honestly, yeah, that was pretty. We did all right. Maybe we win the game with our backup quarterback.
Yeah, I think we do. Then we had our power rankings. Power rankings.
I was sneezing. I would have done my full blown sneeze. All of it was bad.
It's all good. Can you guess the top 5 teams?
I have no idea. Could these top 5 teams be the Ravens, the Eagles, the 49ers, the Dolphins, and the I forgot did I say Eagles already?
You did. The
Cowboys. That's the one.
There it is.
Yeah,
The
okay.
Cowboys.
I remember.
Wow, crazy. Wow, can you guess the thinnest dink? +4?
Oh God, I don't fucking remember. Hold on. I actually don't remember the thinnest dink. I mean, this was yesterday, man. I can't be expected to remember this shit.
This was less than 24 hours ago, actually.
Was it like the Falcons or some shit?
I was really
the
happy
Saints
about
were the
this
fattest
thing.
doink. The Packers.
Yep,
and
it
then
was the Packers.
the Saints were the fattest doink.
Yep, Saints were the
I remember
fattest
that
one.
one because I was genuinely shocked because the Browns and the Steelers were still ranked 10th and 11th, and that blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Yep, it is. It actually is insane that they're still there.
2 backup quarterback teams, and Cleveland is injured to all hell. Steelers are pretty injured actually to all hell now too.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. And at home.
Yeah, and Ed and Eddie do. I mean, the Rams let it just like beat them up, and somehow they're just like, yeah, it's still like 11.
Yeah. Their
Like, okay.
defense, it's so good. Their defense.
It's so good, 36 points. Then we had Colts, Falcons, Chargers, Buccaneers all won this week in 1-score games. Only one of them rose in rank. Which was it?
Was this the Falcons?
This was the Buccaneers going from 24 to 23.
Oh, right. I remember because I was upset about that too because that didn't make sense.
Yeah. And then 2 teams have never been highest ranked in their division, according to Hanzus Edholm in the past 5 seasons.
That was the Jets.
Yep.
And the Broncos. I remember that.
Yep. And the Broncos. That's right. In fact, the Jets have never been closer 4 spots from first and only been ranked second in division 4 times in 86 weeks.
This power ranking section is just like, how good is my memory? And answer, pretty bad.
Yeah. Despite their losses this week, the Browns and Steelers both remain in the top 10. Oh yeah, and then this is
Right.
false.
Yeah. This was actually spoiled even last time too.
Yep. And then taking the average of everyone's lock picks, who had the most cowardly and least cowardly locks according to the power rankings.
It was Rob and Krendor, respectively.
Yes, Rob somehow the most cowardly and had a 5-game loss streak with locks. And then mine were least cowardly at 13.1. His were 6.3. But then Discord was 5.8. Randy 16.6 at least cowardly. And then AC's 8.8. Bear 9.5. Apollo 9.8. So
Wild. I was surprised I was less cowardly than Bear. That shocked me.
that actually is pretty shocking. Yeah, I thought he had some, but yeah, it's pretty close. And then those are the power rankings.
Power rankings. Oh, what the fuck are we gonna do about pick'ems? I don't even remember what I picked. Dude.
Oh yeah, that's oh boy. Yeah, so
we can do ours.
Yeah, we can do ours. I
remember what I locked.
Yeah, I remember. I think mine for the most part. Hold on, we had the pick'em stats here. These are pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
We had. Oh God, where'd they go? Oh, here they are. Discord Strong Week keeps him ahead of Very Dumb Dog, who's being approached by the ACs for second. Bear Taffy holds fourth ahead of Krendor and Alpaca Patrol, who are teetering below 60% on the season. Randy drops further below 50%. So this week I went 11-3, Rob 9-5, Bear 9-5, Apollo 8-6, Randy 6-8, Discord 11-3, Just a Hippo 11-3.
I'll complain again that all 3 games that I lost against Discord were 1-score games in like the fourth quarter. That was annoying.
Yep. Berrymandering. This is actually one we talked about this season. When Bear and Apollo disagree on NFC divisional games, Bear leads 7-1, but on AFC divisional games, Apollo leads 5-0. And there's a fun little like berrymandering map with like all the divisions we think mapped out.
We think, yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah. And then
I didn't know you could map divisions. I'm going to be honest.
I didn't either, but when you berrymander, anything's possible. Thanks for all the picks. Rob's the only host who hasn't picked against every team at least once this season. He, Apollo, Discord, and Randy have picked every team at least once. And then there's a little dolphin thing behind him, so it's the Dolphins. It's the team.
We figured that out. We used teamwork to figure out that he's not picked against the Dolphins.
Yeah. Home on the range, Krendor's the only one with a winning record predicting the Texans this year, 8-4. He has picked the Texans in 5 of their 7 home games, but none of their away games. Look at that. Texans.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. The unanimity.
Still hard.
Yep. Since the beginning of the 2020 season, the Jets are the only team that haven't received a single unanimous pick from the host. In that time, they've been unanimously picked against 25 times, the 4th most of all teams.
Oh, Jets.
Yep. I think this is when Rob brought up the Hindenburg and lead in the sky or something.
No, he was quizzing the audience about what the thing was referencing, and I immediately said the Hindenburg spoiling it, and he was upset about that.
Yep.
And then I said, don't fill your airships with hydrogen, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what it was. This, I feel like this is just like us explaining jokes, but everybody's hearing for like the first time. There's like, what?
Like, no, guys, this all happened. You got to trust us.
There
was more people here. There was like 4 of us. Yeah. I swear.
Sinvicta was here. It was crazy.
Yeah, well.
He actually did show up for like a minute earlier. It's kind of crazy.
Wild.
Yep. And then the Cowboys. Randy can't be tamed. Randy has now locked against the Cowboys 3 times in his career and is 0-3 on those picks. He's also 0-1 on his lone lock for the Cowboys. So
you'll get him next time, Randy.
He'll get him next time. It has to even out at some point.
Yeah, mathematically, it just has to.
It does. And then those were the bonus stats. And then we got to the pick'ems.
I've never seen the pick'ems look like this. I usually look at the NFL schedule. There's game previews up now. Those aren't usually up when we're looking at them.
This is weird.
I don't like it. Now I feel cursed.
Yeah, there's too much on the screen now. So now my image actually works for our assistant coach of the week.
Yay! No corruption.
No,
this is what corrupted the file.
It is. Wow.
It's you, assistant coach. You did this.
Yep. Rory Dawn is our assistant coach. And let's see. So the first game we had was Patriots Steelers.
I picked the Steelers, and I remember saying that I'm picking the Steelers, but I think they'll lose because that's no. What did I say? I said that. No, I don't remember. I'm picking the Steelers. I just think this game sucks. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, you said it wouldn't be surprising if the Patriots win, even though you know that they're not gonna win.
Yeah, it was something about pick'ems and stats and just picking who should win, I guess.
Yeah, and then I also picked the Steelers. I had the same feeling. I don't remember what Bear and Rob picked.
I think Bear, they're going to have to resubmit their picks because we can't really vouch for them. But like, I'm pretty sure Bear and Rob both took the Pats. No, Bear took the Pats. Rob took 7 years to make a pick. And I don't even remember what it was.
I think he took Patriots, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll just have him redo it.
Yeah.
Texans, Jets.
This is Texans. I know Rob locked this one, right?
Yes, he locked the Texans.
Yeah, that's. I think we all Texans across the board, including the assistant coach.
There's no reason not to. Although Zach Wilson is starting again, I believe. What they said.
So I'll still be taking
I'll still be taking the Texans. Rory took the Steelers and the Texans.
Yep.
Then we had Rams, Ravens. I believe I took the Rams and everyone else took the Ravens.
I believe that to be true. Yes.
Yeah.
I took the Ravens. Everyone else took the Ravens.
Yep.
Maybe. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure because I remember being like, oh, I'm the only Rams pick. Ravens, also a Rory pick. Then we had Panthers, Saints.
The Saints it up. You locked the Saints.
I locked
believe.
the Saints, yes.
Yes.
I did, and I don't think anyone took the Panthers as they should not.
No.
Then we had Colts, Bengals.
What? This is the one where I struggled to remember what I picked, but I'm pretty sure it was the Colts.
Yeah, I think I also took the Colts, and then I think they took the Bengals. Rory took the Bengals. I feel like, I don't remember actually, but I think some people took Bengals.
There were definitely some Bengals picks.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Then we have Buccaneers, Falcons. I took the Falcons.
I took the Bucks.
Yeah.
And I think we split this thing. I think there was 2 Falcons, 2 Bucks. I don't remember who was who.
Yeah.
Though.
We'll have to see. Rory took the Falcons. Then we had Jaguars, Browns. I went Jaguars.
Oh fuck, I don't remember. I think I picked. What did I pick? I don't remember, and I still don't know what to pick. I'll pick the Jags, I guess,
All right.
and assume that's what I picked last time, but I don't remember.
I think you did pick the Jaguars.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I yelled at Rob to pick the Browns. Yeah. I forced Rob to pick the Browns.
Yeah, that's what it was. And Rory picked the Browns here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Then we have Lions, Bears. I definitely took the Lions.
It was all Lions, and then Bears. Bears said go Bears.
Yeah,
but
Bears
then
said go Bears.
I don't know if he picked the Bears.
I think he did pick the Bears.
He did eventually, yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. He is a Bear.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Then we had Seahawks, 49ers. I think everybody picked 49ers.
This was a Niners sweep, and I locked the 49ers
Yes.
as well.
Rory picked 49ers. Then we had Vikings, Raiders.
I might actually change. I'm pretty sure I picked the Raiders, but Justin Jefferson is back.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to pick the Vikings because of that.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Vikings too. Plus, I think Josh Dobbs is starting.
He is. Yep,
Yeah.
that was the other thing is we learned that he's starting today, and now I'm more confident in them. I wasn't going to be confident they picked the rookie.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Vikings.
So I get lucky and get to change my pick.
You do. Then we had Broncos, Chargers.
Broncos.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody picked Broncos. Then I picked
think
Chargers.
Yeah, that's a classic Crendor.
Yep.
Picking the Chargers every time.
It has to pay off.
This time it has to.
Rory picked the Broncos. Then we had Bills, Chiefs.
I picked the Bills. I think a lot of us picked the Bills.
Yeah, I think I went Bills too. The Chiefs don't seem the same. Their receivers are
Did
a problem.
Bear lock the Bills?
I think he might have actually.
I feel like he was making a point to do that.
Yeah. I'm
We'll
pretty
find out.
sure. We'll find out. They'll still do their own picks. Rory picked the Chiefs, however. Chiefs, Eagles, Cowboys.
I picked the Eagles, and I think everyone else picked the Cowboys. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. I picked the Cowboys. I know Rob picked the Cowboys. I don't remember what Bear picked.
Me neither.
Rory picked the Eagles.
And then the next 2 are easy. We sweep the Packers, Dolphins.
Yeah, Packers, Dolphins. And Rory locked the Packers. And then Randy.
So I remember Randy, I know his picks because he picked against me in every game except
Yes.
the Steelers and Ravens, and also now the Vikings because I changed my pick.
Mm-hmm.
So he picked Steelers, Ravens, Vikings, and then every other one of his picks was not mine. So he would have picked the Jets, he picked the Rams, he picked the Panthers, he picked the Bengals, he picked the Falcons, then he picked the Browns, Bears, Seahawks, Vikings, Chargers, Chiefs, Cowboys, Giants, Titans. Those were his picks, which is crazy that I can remember all of them only because they were.
That's the one thing you like super remember. And I remember he locked the Falcons.
He
I
did lock
remember
the
that.
Falcons.
Yes.
We got it.
We got it. Look at that. We
Look
did
at that.
it.
Saved. And now this file corrupts and I go and I didn't, where you're not getting anything else.
If this file corrupted, I would just upload the 42 minutes that we But no, we don't have to. Now we have this. So there we go. Sorry for the backup quarterback podcast, but
Yep.
You know, you gotta
The Joe Flacco podcast.
Yep. Listen, you get your Rob rant still from the first half, so that's good.
True.
Yeah.
You dodged a 30-minute MVP argument.
Yep.
Some of you would have liked that, but
Yeah,
you're weird.
and the college football talk for some reason for like 7
Yeah.
minutes, and the Nickelodeon Super Bowl, which I am excited for with SpongeBob and Patrick and
the whole crew.
the whole crew doing it. That's going to be great, and a much more tolerable crew than many of the actual announcing crews.
Yeah, the
So-
Fox crew. Greg Olson. I don't want to listen to Greg Olson.
Yeah, no, thank you. No turduckens ripped up for that one. So there we go. Thank you, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon.
This is where Rob sings the Star Wars
Yep,
theme.
Star Wars did it, and then I hit stop recording, and hopefully we never have to back up quarterback again.
Goodbye.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.